MusicUCanSee winner now, Brian Culbertson. He is a Roland endorsed artist, keyboardist.
That's right.
What inspired you to start playing keyboard?
Well, you know, I started when I was a kid, 8 years old, like many people, taking classical lessons, but I really was into jazz, contemporary jazz, and funk. And R&B. So when I started making my records back in the early 90s...
Wait a minute, you were recording in the 90s?
Man, I got 20 records out.
1 years old?
Yeah. No, I've been doing this a long time, man. Touring for 25 years now. Been all over the place. So, you know, my mix is jazz, R&B, funk, all fused together. And that's what I've just been doing. So a piano over the top of grooves, and you know, I got a 8-piece band. We're always touring somewhere. Got a new Blu-ray coming out next week, by the way, live in Las Vegas.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So talk about your influences.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of soul in your voice. And
man, I grew up in Chicago, so I was really influenced by that band, Chicago, Earth, Wind and Fire. And those kind of bands, David Sanborn and Bob James on the jazz side, Chick Corea, Jeff Lorber Fusion. So what's been cool, I got to meet so many of my heroes as I was coming up.
Yeah, Chicago jazz scene.
Yeah. And I even co-produced my first funk record with Maurice White right before he passed away, which is unbelievable. So I, you know, worked with Bootsy and Larry Graham on that project as well.
Collaborated with Bootsy, huh?
Oh yeah.
So Tyler the Creator recently.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I know.
And you're in some good
Bootzilla, baby.
You're in a good networking place.
Yeah.
Talk about your recent album and the Blu-ray.
Yeah, so my recent studio album is called Colors of Love. It came out about a year ago, and it's more electronic based, definitely a late night vibe, if you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Put it on, you're good to go for about an hour. So I went on tour for that. We did like 77 shows over 4 months, you know, hit the road pretty hard. Near the end of that tour, we filmed it in Vegas. So that's what's coming out in a couple weeks on Blu-ray, and it'll be on iTunes.
Your first live
it's
album?
my first concert album. I put a DVD out a few years back where we recorded and filmed it live at Capitol Records, Studio A.
And you actually recorded
live in the studio.
Right, no overdubs.
No overdubs.
Wow.
That was insanity.
Wow.
So that was a 16-piece band, a full horn section, percussionist Lenny Castro came in, Ray Parker Jr., a friend of mine, was playing guitar. It was so much fun, and it got like insane amounts of views all over YouTube, so that's been a good thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, best world to be in, jazz, funk, Motown? Talk to me. What's the best world to be in?
You know, I gotta say, there are so many new jazz festivals popping up all over the place. I can't even keep track of what's going on. So I think the jazz world, the contemporary jazz world, is really happening right now. The fans are out there. They love the music, and they're just excited to come out and see live events. I also produce a couple jazz festivals myself. I started a wine and jazz fest in Napa Valley.
Oh, okay.
8 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, up north.
Yeah.
It's called Napa Valley Jazz Getaway.
It's the next festival?
June 5th through the 8th this coming year. So it's always the second week of June.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I started one in my hometown of Chicago as well this past September, which is pretty cool.
Nice. So I'm sure you prefer Napa, though, over the Chicago weather. And I've been in Chicago a lot, and I love the city.
You know, I love
this. Except for winter.
Well, winter is, you know...
Wind chill on that...
As they say, there's no bad weather, there's just bad choice of clothing. And it's totally true in Chicago. If you gear up, no problem.
Wow.
No problem.
Wow.
No, I love the city, of course. And, you know, Napa, you can't beat Napa,
Absolutely. Or Southern California, I think we're 80 degrees today.
I know. I know.
Brian, it's such a pleasure to finally meet you.
Oh, man, my pleasure.
How can we find you, your website?
BrianCulbertson.com.
Roland
It's
endorsed.
easy. Mason and Hamlin pianos. I play on all my records, and of course Roland I use live and in the studio as well. So
nice.
Yeah. There
Brian
you go.
Culbertson, MusicUCanSee winner now.